What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So this is going to be an interesting video. We're going to go through every single Scarlet and Violet booster box, and there's some interesting things going on with this set. It really is crazy what's going on here, because we'll get to it in a little bit, but let's start out with the very first one, Scarlet and Violet base. What's funny about this is so many people dislike this set. But as we can see, within the last few months, this set has went crazy. And look at it. Every single one of these sets are sitting around 120 at least. They're selling consistently for 120. And literally a couple weeks ago, you could find these sets for less than $100. Like Scarlet and Violet base, maybe about a month ago, you could probably find it for a little less than $100. Like, look, it's crazy. Like, it's wild what's going on with this market. It's crazy. And look, all the listings pretty much are around 120, 124, 125. So the thing about this is that I feel like we should learn from this is we'll get to that later. But let's go on to the next set. Obsidian, oh no, Polyevolved. Next to Obsidian Flames. Polyevolved. This is one of the ones that is like one of the healthier ones. And what's crazy too with this set is it's kind of staying stagnant, honestly. Like, it hasn't been going crazy, but it's still selling for 140, consistently selling for 140. But as we can see over the last couple months, like that, it had a big run back in July and June and stuff like that. But over the last couple months, it stays stagnant around that 140. So could it have a potential to run up? We'll see what happens. I don't really know. Polyevolved is one of those sets to have in your collection, but just hold on to, because you never know. With these sets, as long as you can get them at a decent price, it makes sense to hold them. You know what I mean? Like that, it just makes sense. Like Scarlet and Violet base, nobody wanted this set. Nobody wanted it at all. Everybody disliked it at all. But if you bought it for around $80, $90, you know what I mean? You made out. You made out. Obsidian Flames. This is one of the sets that I personally, I don't know. I have mixed emotions about this set. But as we can see over the last couple months, boom, this is one of the sets too that were sitting around $100, and look at it now, selling for 130. Oh my goodness, 135, some 135s, 130s, and this is the only Charizard set. That's a crazy thing to me. That's why I don't really personally like this set myself. I have a booster box of it. I got one because I got it for like $106 recently, but y'all see that next month and stuff like that. So yeah, I got one booster box of Obsidian Flames. I don't have a crazy amount of Obsidian Flames. I do have every single box. I guess I'll tell you how much I personally have of this. Polyevolved, I have, I think, 6 booster boxes. 6 booster boxes. Scarlet and Violet base, I have none. Okay, so now let's move on to Paradox Rift. Where's Paradox? Paradox Rift. Paradox Rift is actually a sleeper set. I feel like Paradox Rift was a sleeper set for a while. I have a little bit. I have one case, and I don't know how many loose boxes of this I have. I think like 5 loose boxes. So I think I have 2 cases considerably, but like 1 loose case and 1 actual case. But Paradox Rift, look what it's selling for. Starting to move up to 125 consistently. This set was one for around like $100 for a while. Scarlet Violet base, Obsidian Flames, and Paradox Rift was one for $100 for a while. People were sleeping on this set, but I didn't really pick up too much of this. I was sleeping on that. I should have picked up more of this, but yeah, that's Paradox Rift. Now let's go on to the next one. What is the next one? I think Temporal Forces. Temporal Forces is a strong set, really strong set. I love Temporal Forces personally. I feel like a lot of these sets got a lot of hate, honestly, and I feel like a lot of these sets are kind of starting to get truly valued what they are talking about. Like I said, I'll kind of talk about at the end what my thoughts on this all are, but let's just go through the prices still and stuff like that. This box is consistently selling for 130s. This set right here is really strong. I feel like this set, when it first came out, it got a lot of hate for being like, a lot of people didn't like the ancient and the future Pokemon of like the Suicune and stuff like that. They didn't really like that, but after a little while they started to like it, and people started to like it. As we can tell now, people are starting to kind of, the true value of these sets are starting to come out now, which makes sense. Over time, Pokemon and kind of investing in general, in anything in life really, over time it's going to get priced at the right price that it's considerably at. You see what I'm saying? That's just my person. That's just how everything works out. Like, if it's undervalued, eventually it will be correctly valued. Twilight Masquerade. This set right here is one of the ones that changed the Scarlet and Violet forever. Was Twilight Masquerade, because the one card in this set that got more expensive and people wanted to chase it was the Greninja. But as we can see now, over the last couple months, it's kind of been slowing down a little bit, honestly. It shot up to 160 and it kind of stayed around that price because this set only has the Greninja. That's the only bad thing about it. But we see this box is consistently selling for 155. Strong set. But I feel like this is not one of the strongest sets. I feel like this was one of the ones that kind of just woke up everybody to like the Scarlet and Violet era. That's just my opinion. Now, Stellar Crown. Stellar Crown, I feel like it's a good set. It has a couple of good cards in it, but it's not really a crazy set. But as you can see, this set right here is consistently starting to sell for the 120s too. This is probably the lowest valued set right now, is Stellar Crown. Some of these boxes, we're just looking on TCG Player at the same time. You can probably find these somewhere else for lower prices, that and the other. But this is just on TCG Player. That's what it's priced at right now. Okay. Then we will go to one and only Surging Sparks. This one right here is the craziest set. This is where all the madness started out. Was Surging Sparks. But as we can see, this set is consistently selling for $209. Some boxes are selling for $215. It's between that $200 to like $215 range still. This box is staying stagnant, honestly. But I've heard the actual cards in this set, or I've seen the actual cards in this set are kind of starting to go up in price too. As we can see, the sales volume for this set is going down like crazy too. That's a lot of these sets, you see that because of like the Black Friday deal and everything like that. That's why they kind of started going for that price. But what are my thoughts on everything right here? I honestly feel like a lot of people say, oh, this is overvalued right now. I feel like I was talking about earlier, I feel like this set is finally getting, I feel like the Scarlet and Violet Air is finally getting correctly valued for the value that it actually has. Like I said earlier, Scarlet and Violet base was such an undervalued set. Like, it was going for $80, $90 consistently, and that's literally where you can get them for distribution at, like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, over time, these boxes kind of are starting to get more valued and stuff like that. Like, it was eventually going to happen. It just had to happen, but with the kind of market we're having right now, it just was bound to happen too, because of how strong some of these sets are, and we're starting to really tell what's going to be the winners in here. Me personally, I feel like the best sets in this whole entire era, really, to me personally, is Paul the Evolve, Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, Twilight Masquerade. I don't really like Twilight Masquerade really too much. I like it, but I don't. And I feel like Surging Sparks. Those are the only kind of 4 or 5 sets that I feel like are really strong. Because the main thing why I really feel like is, I want to make a whole nother video about this too, but the main reason why I feel like these sets are the strongest and will long term kind of prevail is because these sets have multiple big chase cards and multiple big chase cards. Stellar Crown has a little bit of them, but I feel like it's just a Bulbasaur and a Squirtle that really holding their sets up. So we'll see how that plays out. Paradox Rift has multiple SARs that are beautiful, has the illustration rare Groudon in it. Temporal Forces has the same thing, multiple different big SARs, all the Walking Wake, Raging Bolt, Virizion, all those cards right there. These sets are stronger than me personally. Like I said, I'm going to make a whole video about that, but just me personally, like I said, I feel like the whole entire Scarlet and Violet Air is finally starting to get priced correctly, which was bound to happen because these boxes were just too low. $100 a box, it was just way too low for a set. So we can use this as in the future, because whenever this market starts to slow down, it probably will eventually. Right now it's booming right now. I love it booming because my channel is booming. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate it. But down the road, this set, these in the future, whenever the new generation comes out, I'm gonna look for boxes that are selling for. We'll see how it really is at that point. I don't know. I'm talking way in the future, but boxes around $100 are guaranteed whatever set you're buying at least in the short term, because eventually, okay, what I've heard, this is a famous Warren Buffett quote: in the short term, the stock market is a voting machine. In the long term, it's a weighing machine. That's the same exact thing that's going on right here. This is a weighing machine right now. The actual value is kind of starting. People are really starting to look at the value and see which sets are actually stronger sets. You see what I'm saying? That's why these are all getting priced correctly. I feel like, honestly, Obsidian Flames is not a crazy set to me. I don't like Obsidian Flames. I really don't. I like Obsidian Flames because this is like a big set for me because it got me back into the hobby and everything like that. But other than that, I don't really. It just has a Charizard. That's the main big chase card in it. The rest of these sets have big, strong chase cards. That's why I feel like they're getting, like I said, they're getting valued correctly how they're getting valued. The Surging Sparks has the Pikachu, the Gold Pikachu, the Hydreigon, the Latios. This is a strong set as well. But that's just my opinion on this. I would love to hear what y'all thinking about this. It's kind of crazy now. The Scarlet and Violet Air, and also too, I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but do y'all remember when Scarlet and Violet Air, nobody was liking this? Everybody was hating on Scarlet and Violet Air. Oh, these cards are blah, blah, blah. I don't like them. Blah, blah. The Terror Crowns. Everything. Oh my goodness, was this set getting some hate. So much hate. If y'all are around maybe like 5 or 6 months ago, before Twilight Masquerade, this era was getting so much hate. It's crazy. But as time goes on, it is going to weigh out and see what sets are really, and see how people really feel about this. Is it just because those sets were such undervalued? I don't really know. Would I say, if somebody asked me, do I think this market is overvalued? Honestly, to me, it's not. Right now, in the current market conditions we are in, I feel like these sets are just getting correctly valued. Once we start, because the main thing too is, a couple of these boxes have hit over MSRP and what they've kind of sold on the Pokemon Center for, but other ones have not hit that, so they still have a big range to go. But over the long term, we'll really see how this kind of plays out and stuff like that. That's just my thoughts on this opinion. I would love to hear what y'all thinking about this. Do y'all think this market is overvalued, undervalued? Do y'all think it's correctly valued? I don't really know. That's just my opinions on this. We'll see really how this plays out and see how it goes. But hope y'all enjoyed this video. See you on the next one. Peace.